players, and welcome to your online flute lesson. So I have my flute out. I have my fourth homework sheet placed on my music stand, and we're going to start with step 1 that says warm up. And we're going to play hot cross buns while articulating. So remember that articulating means to use your tongue. So we're going to start on the note B. So thumb and first finger, and let's play this together. So 1, 2, ready, go. Good job. Let's do that one more time. So 1, 2, ready, go. Good job. Let's do Mary Had a Little Lamb. So we're starting on B again. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. So if you need to, boys and girls, you can pause the tape and you can work on it a little bit slower. Just remember, I've been playing the flute for a long time. So let's try that again. 1, 2, Mary Had a Little Lamb, ready, go. Good job. Okay, so step 2, new notes. We went over these today in lessons. So we're going to start with our note D. Okay, so you need to do, your thumb is on the long key. My second finger, which happens to be my middle finger, is going on the second key. My third finger is going next to it. Then I'm going to take my right hand pointer finger, place it on the next key, middle finger, ring finger, and my pinky is up. So you can see, look at my hands, my pointer finger's up in my left hand and my pinky's up in my right hand. So echo after me on some D's. So it goes like this. My turn. Good job. Try to keep your fingers the same and still exactly where they were for D. The next note we're going to do is E flat. So it is the same fingers as D, except I add my pinky down. So I have my thumb, my middle, my ring, my pointer in my right, my middle, my ring, and my pinky is down. So echo after me on E flat. We're going to do some ta and TT patterns. So my turn first. Good job. The next note we learned is F. So F is a little bit different. Put your thumb down, pointer, your middle, and your ring finger in your left hand, just like you're playing the note G. Then I'm going to put my pointer finger in my right hand down, so it looks like this, and my pinky down, and that makes F. So check your fingers. Again, make sure you're doing a G and you're adding your pointer finger down in your right hand. Just take a look at your keys. Okay, so here's F. Echo after me. 6 in your book. I have my book is open, my Tradition of Excellence book is open on my music stand, page 6. I'm going to start with number 3 because that one's a little bit trickier than the other ones, but you have to practice all of them. So make sure you do numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And make sure you play each song 4 times in a row before you move on to the next one. So just remember, it's helping you memorize the notes and where your fingers need to go. And like I told you in lessons today, our fingers are going to be moving faster next week. So let's do number 3 together, which is Count Me In. If I look at my music, my whole note is placed on the 4th line, so that makes what note? If you answered D, you are correct. So again, D is thumb, middle, ring, pointer, middle, ring, pinkies up. So we talked about these look like little antennas, okay? So we start on D, we play it for 4 beats, and then we have 4 beats of rest. What's our next note on number 3? If you answered E flat, you are correct. So remember, E flat, pinky goes down. We play that for 4 beats. Then we rest for 4 beats. What's our next note? If you answered D, you are correct. So my pinky comes back up. I play that for 4 beats. I rest for 4 beats. And what's the last note? E flat is correct. So pinky goes back down. So it'll go like this. You can play this with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. End of the song. You can rewind that and do that again with me a couple times. Make sure you're listening to the sound. Make sure your fingers are in the right spot. Be careful that you don't put your first finger down here. Just make sure fingers are in the right spot. That's so important. Okay, I'm going to skip over to number 5, moving around, because that one's a little bit trickier than the other ones too. So I'll do that one with you today. So what's your first note on number 5? If you answered E flat, you are correct. Then we have 4 counts of rest. What's your next note? If you answered D, you are correct. Then we have 4 counts of rest. What's your next note? It is an F. Good job. And then 4 counts of rest. And the last note? It is an E flat. Okay, so I'm going to start with E flat. It's D with my pinky down for 4 counts. Then D, pinky comes off. Then I switch to F. Remember, that's G with the first finger down. And then we go back to E flat. So you might want to just practice putting your fingers down in the right spot. So I'll play this with you so you can hear it. So I'm starting on E flat, that's D with my pinkies down. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you notice, boys and girls, when I'm counting the 1, 2, 3, 4 for the rests, you probably saw my fingers getting ready, and I was placing my fingers for the next note. So it's a good idea to move your fingers to the next note while you're resting so that you're ready to play that new note. So if you look at page 7 in your book, you can try this at home. You could try deep breaths, which that little apostrophe part right here is a breath mark, which means we take a breath. So this is basically everything we've just done, except we're going to play 2 notes in a row, and in between we're going to take a breath. So what's your first note? If you answered D, you are correct. And your second note is a D. And then we have a rest for 4 counts, or 4 beats. What's our next note? It's an E flat. Good. And the next one is E flat also. And then a rest for 4 beats. And then we switch to F. And we finally end with another F. So you can just practice going D, another D, and then we could go rest, 2, 3, 4, then switch to E flat. Just practice saying the notes and moving your fingers so you're getting used to changing the notes on the flute. So I'm going to play this one with you so you can hear how it sounds. So number 7, deep breaths. I'm starting on D. I have my pointer finger up, my pinky up. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how number 7 goes. So again, you can rewind the tape and you could do it a couple times with me, or you can pause this tape and do it on your own. So I'm going to try to make another video so that you can learn how to do half notes, but the big thing is you want to practice being able to do D, E flat, and F pretty quickly. So you can even practice just going. So I'm just mixing up some Ds, some E flats, and some Fs. So you could just practice doing that once you get really comfortable with the keys, because remember, flute players, our instruments are built for speed. So we're going to work on getting our fingers nice and fast and switching to the correct keys so that we can start playing faster. So make sure you do your homework 5 to 7 times this week. Use this video to help you, and I will try to make another video that talks about how to play half notes. And I'll see you next week.